This is a lesson about editorial cartoons. Editorial cartoons are drawn to depict issues in the media at the time. For example, this picture is dealing with a company called Blackwater, which was a private security company. During the Iraq War, the United States government hired them to come in and assist with additional security. And so the artist decided to be ironic by stating that Blackwater could provide a better system to public schools than the public schools could. Anyway, so that's what that is. Clarifying the issue, editorial cartoons are a form of comic art. They express opinions about very specific news events in the real world. First, you need to decide what the event is about. Take a look at this. This is a very old cartoon from the Library of Congress, and this is dealing with the immigration issue of the Chinese who came in to provide labor on railroads and other things in the West. This is Lady Liberty protecting the Chinaman who is hiding from the crowd who wants to beat him up. Okay, this is a picture of the IRS, who is supposedly Frankenstein's monster. The overhaul is by giving them all kinds of sweeteners, which represent money, talking about how the monster, which is the IRS, is just sucking up all of our money. There are symbols in cartoons. They're the building blocks. They're kind of like a shorthand. They make it possible to pack a lot of meaning into a cartoon. Symbols are also known as metaphors. Okay, so here we have old baseball and we have new baseball. You look at the difference between those two baseballs and what do you see? You see the S stitching covered with two vertical lines, which now makes it look like money. New baseball's all about the money. There's exaggeration and distortion. When you look at cartoons, you're going to realize that they're not literal translations. A nose will be exaggerated, a head will be larger than the body. There's all kinds of different distortions and exaggerations made to give an emotional impact. It'll make people happy, laugh, it'll make people mad. So here we have Bill Gates, who's Microsoft, who is being criticized for his business tactics being micro hard. Here's Teddy Roosevelt, the great explorer, on top of the continent of Africa. Can you see that? Stereotypes are when you lump some group of people into one category, and they can be very insulting. So here we're talking about, I don't know what we're talking about. This is a really bad cartoon. Okay, here we go. This is a better one. Gasoline pumps turned into Arabs. And who controls the oil in the world? Good question. Caricature is a portrayal of an individual's features in an exaggerated or distorted kind of way. It's kind of the same thing we talked about before. All right, here we have presidents of the United States. You can recognize Abraham Lincoln. His head's too big for his body. His nose isn't that big. Exaggerations to make a point. Here's a moose. Okay, he's got eyeglasses on. He's supposed to represent a president of the United States. Can you guess who that is? There's role of humor and irony. Humor is a tool used to get readers to think about ideas they might not otherwise accept. Irony is the opposite of what the words or pictures actually say. Paperwork reduction administration. Push hard, sir, you're making 37 copies. Are they really reducing paperwork? Budget summit. Here we have somebody in that chair. Great to see you, with his back towards the other guy. Delighted to be here. A couple people do not want to talk. Recognizing the need for background knowledge. You do need to know what's going on. Otherwise, how can you understand what the cartoon is all about? So that's what I'm saying, that some of these are really old, and if you don't know the historical background, you're not going to understand the cartoon. All right, here we have Gandhi, who was an advocate for nonviolence, and kind of like Martin Luther King was an advocate for nonviolence. But Gandhi's from India, and India advocated for the nuclear bomb. So it's a little bit of irony here. He's weaving a nuclear bomb. Soviet Union, those are the symbols. Breaking down the Berlin Wall. However, it's kind of ironic because they're the ones who put it up. Reacting to argument. Editorial cartoons are expressions of opinion, and that's what you've got to understand. They're made to get you to think critically, and to respond thoughtfully. Okay, got a monster, the national debt. There's the deficit, which was knocked out by our government, and there, see, our government is giving himself a pat on the back for knocking down a baby monster. This is the cartoon analysis worksheet I'm going to have you use. You'll be able to get it from Google Drive, and I want you to use that to analyze the following cartoons. You'll have to take a good look at these. I love this one. College readiness. Just why is gas so expensive? Think about the kind of cars that you see driving around town. Barry Bonds. He's not holding, well, he has a bat in his left hand, but what's that on his right hand? Calling his shot. What was he accused of? Pretend you're starring in a reality show about a kid who can make his dreams come true if he works hard and gets good grades. Grown-ups understand this. Maybe you kids don't. Dog mouth. Math. If I have 3 bones and Mr. Jones takes away 2, how many fingers will he have left? That's kind of funny. Okay, that's it.